Hello, here is BB Walker again. Welcome back to another Saturday video. We are going back to our series about the PSR S670 Yamaha keyboard. However, today we will talk a little bit about some theory of music, about the frequency equalizer, master equalizer, which is available here in the Yamaha PSR. Because this video is especially for one of you. Let me see on my... Yes, this video is for Dilip Fernando, which asked me, can you do a video recording equalizer? And my answer was, yes, I will do so. As I promised, I am doing this video. Okay, so before we start, and how to set up all this information in Yamaha, how to, affect the sound, so to make a gain of certain frequency, low, mid, or high range, I need to do some introduction for you, which don't know actually what this is all about, because I think if you want to understand how to use it properly, you should have some technical background, some theoretical background. So of course, if you know all about this, please skip this video to the timestamp which I put in the description, where I show everything on Yamaha, because before I started, I need to do some introduction. Alright, so we are on our study mode, and let's go back to some theoretical things. On my channel, I was I was telling you this about what is a sound actually. So a sound is an acoustic wave. Wave is something which you can, draw as a sinusoid wave, as a square wave, as a sawtooth wave or triangle wave. And wave has something which is called the frequency. The frequency is the unit of frequency is hertz, and it means how many, this time period is in 1 second. So 1 hertz means 1 sinusoid wave per second. 20 hertz means 20 sinusoid wave per second. And this app perfectly shows you how the frequency affects the sound. I have selected the sinusoid wave, the most commonly used, and this is how it sounds. This is 300 hertz, and if you're going up with hertz, the sound becomes more higher before it blows you. This is 7 kilohertz. I don't even know this mic will get this, but let's go down. This is very low bass sound. Only very good speaker system can produce that sound. So you need to know the human being can hear the frequency from 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz, which is also called, kilohertz is 1000 hertz. So 20 kilohertz is nothing more than 20,000 hertz, as I show in this diagram from internet. So basically, low bass sound is from 10 to 200. This frequency called medium, and this high. Of course, there are some more technical stuff. Put this in more detailed sections. However, if you have a speaker system in your car, sometimes you have this equalizer stuff and this preset, and you set, for example, boost bass, which means boost this section of sound where this low frequency will be, gained. So they will be more loud, there will be added more power to this, because thanks to the algorithms like Fourier, fast FTT, and so on, this is a lot of technical stuff with, compressing, with producing these waves, certain parts of this spectrum, because if we analyze the sound, even if I talk to you, I'm using a lot of harmonics in my sound. There's a lot of frequencies. Some of them are low, some of them are high. Each music has a lot of frequencies in this wave. There's a lot of, if you take a software called DAV, Digital Audio Workstation, and make the sound spectrum analyze, you will see that there's a lot of frequencies in each music, in each even pure simple sound, which a piano sound. There's a lot of frequencies hidden only pure simple sinusoid like this example before, you can always change it to square. In square is another wave. As you can see, it shows that this low frequency, high frequency. Nice app to try. Oh my god, I need to disable it. It can blow your ears out. Okay, so basically, what is the equalizer? And now we are starting going into equalizer. So you know that the sound is from 20 Hertz to 20,000 kilohertz, low, mid-range. And on the certain part, you can make the sound, this particular part of the frequency, you know, to give you more bass, more medium, more trebles, or high range, or down. So by using equalizer, you are able to, you know, affects how the sound is you know, how it affects the upcoming sound from the speaker, because most of the audio systems make some correction to the sound. They are using speakers. They have presets. Sometimes user can, you know, set up this by your own for advanced user, but for the ordinary user, they give you some presets. For example, treble more, and this how they are. This is presented by diagram, but maybe I will show you this in Yamaha how you can find it. So basically, there are speaker system. Of course, you can make an output and put it to an external speaker system, but the master equalizer, which is here, affects all the sound upcoming from the, you know, Yamaha. In my video about sound synthesizer sound, I have shown you that you can affect some, you can put some effects like graphic equalizer to the sound, particular sound, but master equalizer is something which affects all the sound. Doesn't matter if you are using rumper, sampler, voice, media pads, whatever. Everything will be, you know, translated and processed by this digital signal processor in here if they are coming up. So how to go into master equalizer? You are pressing the mixer in here and go to, using tabs, going into MAQ, which is master equalizer. And what's going on up here? You can see some border points, you know, it's some kind of milestones on this frequency range from 220 Hertz to 20 kilohertz. There are by, you know, by the default, there are 125. So this is low, this is mid-range, this is upper mid-range, and you're going to highs, 2.8 kilohertz and 8.0 kilohertz. And what does it mean actually? You can change these points of interest where we are affecting sound up or down. But let's forget it about, let's leave it. And here is the gain that we want to add to particular, you know, particular part of this frequency range. Now I take my card because it's the time where I need to show you what's going on up here. So to present this on a graphic chart, you always have this 20 Hertz in here, 20 kilo in here, and if you do a flat gain, which is 0 dB, this is how it affects now. So nothing's happened actually on any of the range. And if you mark this, this marks from here, 150. Is it seen what I'm drawing? Okay, I'm only putting this 820 and okay, so this is how it looks now. So 0 dB for all the frequencies, which actually means do nothing with the sound. And what we can do, for example, it's here like this. I could, you know, gain bass, which means give me more to bass by going up 3 dB from this. From higher sound, nothing happened. 3 dB going down. There is a little bit more, significantly less bass. So basically, if you are going up with this, for example, at 2 dB for 25, this graphics will look like this. So it means in a graphic equalizer, it gains plus 2 dB gain on the range 125 Hertz. Because this is actually what I have set now. If you want to add more, another frequency range, for example, 4 dB, it will be looks like this. So this is actually how you build your sound, your graphic equalizer. By these points of these ranges are the points of this frequency range from 20 to 20 kilo. And you of course can give more bass and, for example, less for this frequency, for example, minus 3 dB. So cut the high and mid range. Let's do this. So cut high mid range, even here. You can see that here, sorry, there is a lot of to the bass and less to the highest. You can also change the type. The type, this is what I said about these presets known from car audio and stuff like this. Standard means 0, flat line as at the beginning of the my drawing, and you can, you know, make your own arrangement and set it as a user 1 or user 2. There are also some pre-built, you know, stuff like powerful. Let's select it and check what's going on. Powerful equalizer. There is also a setup of compressor. You can store it in user 1 or user 2 if you make your own changes in the compressor ratio and so on and so on. So basically, now if I change into preset powerful, it gives more gain to, you know, trebles give 5 on the mid range, 2, 5. This sound is actually much more. By the standard volume, it's much more powerful. It gives you, you know, a lot of gain. When this is useful, of course, if you are on a stage and making a concert to live performance and you have your own sound engineer, it has its own equalizer in the mixing console, and he set up all the stuff, you know, because all the speaker system have different characteristics. Some of them add bass too much, so they need to cut in here. But if you are, you know, self-organizing one-man orchestra and you are on the stage and you are making some live performance and you have only speaker system without the mixer, by this function you can affect the upcoming sound and how this whole performance will be, you know, feel. If you feel that there is too much bass on the lows, you need to cut the lows. If you feel that there is too much on the highs, you can cut the highs. So basically using this, you get this frequency, and, you know, by dB going up, you know, you give gain. By dB on a negative value, you are lowering the gain of such particular frequency. So remember about this voice range, and if you have these points of interest, this, I don't know, but this range you can also change. But those by the presets are the mostly common in graphic equalizers, so they are referring to this. Let's go back. As you can see now, they are referring to this. There's here, the second was here, here, and here. So these frequencies here refers to these frequencies here, these midpoints. I mean the low, the middle, and the range, mid-range. There are several parts of them, but the you know, even if you know, everyday language, you said give me more bass or give me more lows, it means increase the frequencies between 20 to 200 hertz, give more bass. Give me more trebles or give me more highs, which means give me more gain between 5,000 hertz to even 20,000 hertz. So most of the sound is on this mid-range because as you can hear from my, you know, uh, most of the sound is from here to here, depending on the sound wave. However, these very high frequencies, most of the people could not even hear. We are talking something which is called the absolute hearing, the absolute, you know, perception, which means that you can hear all these low frequencies and high frequencies. And at the end of the video, some you know, because I think you know how to use it, how this affects. You can save it on your memory, user 1, user 2, to have your own stuff. But if you have any questions, of course, give me a comment and I will explain some more details about this frequency range and the stuff. If you buy a speaker, if you buy a headphones, if you buy a microphone, you always have something which is called the frequency range, which means for a microphone, which frequency the microphone can hear and, you know, record. And the good microphones have a, like this condensed microphones have the very wide frequency range, so they can hear very low frequencies bass, about 20 hertz, and even up to 200 2000 to 20,000 hertz, 20 kilo. So the same thing with the speaker system. You know, this very low frequencies like 20 hertz, most of the speakers on the market can even produce anything. In a cinema with very good, you know, this 5, 10 plus 1 speaker system, IMAX, whatever, they can produce this, you know, ambient low sound. This is good for making some kind of tension, some kind of ambience to the movie. Everything is shaking because low frequencies is used, for example, and I didn't say it, all the sounds above this range called ultrasound, it's good for animal repellents because, for example, dogs can hear much higher frequencies than human. Before 20 kilo, no human can hear anything, but animals can use. So if you produce a sound with such a great big frequency, you can be used for, you know, repellent the animals, like dogs or any other pets, pests and stuff like this. It is also used in medicine for ultrasonography, ultrasound, you know, to look inside the stomach, for example. And where are the sound here is called infrasounds. These highest are called ultrasounds, and before in this range, if you go, they're called the infrasounds. And the infrasounds is used, for example, for earthquake detection, because the sound of the wave of very, very low frequency is going, even if the electromagnetic wave, which is the radio and microwaves, there are also these frequencies, and they are very high and very low. But the acoustic wave, which is produced by the air, this is the difference between electromagnetic wave, the acoustic wave, the sound is actually the wave of the pressure of the air. So in the space there is no such thing like sound. There is no music in a space. And if you watch the movie where someone is singing on a pure vacuum, this is impossible. The speaker system in pure vacuum doesn't work. Why? Because there is no air, and if there's no air, you know, the acoustic wave could not expand, could not go from one point to another. So this infrasounds is very good. They could, you know, circulate the whole earth many times. If there's an earthquake, this low frequency could go because they are very penetrable, and they are not, you know, easy to destroy, to, you know, to fade out. They are very long in intense. So this is used for some kind of seismographic stuff to find out this. Okay, so today's video was not very much about the Yamaha, but about the frequencies, the sound wave, and how to use the master equalizer. So mixing console, master equalizer, set up the frequencies, gain from particular frequencies. But after this video, I hope you know what is frequency, what is sound actually. That sound is generated wave of the frequency, the highest frequency in which more this sound wave is the sine wave or any other, a lot of harmonics, because the sound is a lot of different waves put together. But thanks to the fast Fourier transformation and algorithms for sound spectrum analyze, we can, gain some frequencies, we can cut some frequencies. And the filters, for example, the filter, a low cut filter, resonance filter, which could cut some frequencies. For example, at the end, we got 20 minutes. I will show you how in practice works this filter cut, because most of the such great stuff could affect the sound in real time actually. So for example, somewhere here, as you can see here, there is only low frequencies, and now I'm adding more. I'm using the slide knobs. By only cutting the several frequencies, you can hear the difference. I'm only cutting the several frequencies. So if I'm up with this live knob, which affects the frequency when I'm up, I can hear all these harmonics, even this higher. But if I go down, there is only this, muted bass, low sound. Okay, I think it's all for now. If you have any questions, new topics for me, you want to discuss more some several parts of the topics, more theory or more practical way, or more about some playing techniques, chords building, and so on, don't hesitate to ask me. I promise I will answer all the comments. If I don't answer it in instant, it means I need to check something and maybe gain some knowledge for me, but I'm ready to do such thing for you. So again, thanks for watching. It was BB Walker music channel with Yamaha instruments, and not only Yamaha, a lot of other instruments and building stuff. So thanks for watching, and see you later.